third game is going to be intense because we all know how important it is to win games in the division. The challenge from their new manager, Rob Thompson, going into this series and going into this 8-game stretch against both the Miami Marlins and the Washington Nationals, where now they got a 5-game series with them. We knew going into this from the manager's lips to God's ears, you got to win games in the division, and the Phillies have not been able to win games in the division. So you knew that this game 3, if they lost game 2, was going to really be intense. I didn't expect to be watching this game like it was a playoff game. And here I am, edge of my seat throughout. You have an incredible performance from Kyle Gibson. The bats, they weren't dead silent by any means. Rhys Hoskins had a couple of hits. That triple in, what was it, the 6th inning? Could have been an inside-the-park home run. Rhys, I love you. I defend you to a lot of people. But you hit a ball to center field. I don't care if you are betting $1,000. Well, baseball players, I don't care if you're betting $1 million that it's going out. You got to hustle around the base paths always. Was it the deepest part of the park? Sure. Was it high off the wall? Sure. But you got to know that that is the most cavernous part of the ballpark. Not that really Citizens Bank is cavernous at all, but if you're talking about one cavernous spot, it's the deepest part of the ballpark. Hardest place to hit a home run. And he's standing there admiring it, makes it to third, nobody out, and the Phillies can't bring him home. And I'm like, And when you saw Rhys get to third base, by the way, you saw him say to Wathan, if you could read his lips a little bit, he said, I thought it was gone off the bat. It looked like he said, bleep, a bad word. And then he said, I thought it was gone off the bat. No kidding. Because if you didn't think it was gone off the bat, you would have been hustling around the base paths from jump. And guess what? We'll never know. Maybe he could have scored. But he didn't. And the Phillies certainly didn't bring him home in that inning either. So they had their struggles at the plate, certainly. But for the most part, I didn't feel like they were just dead throughout the entire game. Kyle Gibson, though, I thought was masterful yesterday. To pitch in the 9th inning with only, 89 pitches in that game yesterday? That was a game where he had it. He had it cooking. Him and Garrett Stubbs were on the same page really throughout the entire game. You felt like Gibson was pulling the string here and there. And the only guy to really get to, and they were pitching themselves out of jams here and there. Alec Boehm made a couple of great plays in the field, especially in that 9th inning with a runner on third base, able to make that sliding grab in foul territory to be able to corral that and end any threat of the Marlins putting on an insurance run, which wouldn't have mattered because Garrett Stubbs is awesome. But bottom line is they were there for their pitcher when they needed to be there for the pitcher in the field. At the plate, though, like I said, Kyle Gibson was pulling the string on guys left and right. I don't know what the hell was going on in the base paths in certain situations, but I will say this. When it comes to Miggy Rojas, and that was the guy I was referencing earlier, folks, I don't know what to do with this guy who has just killed the Phillies, and there's really no better example of what he was able to do yesterday than what you saw from him with that jumping tag on Alec Boehm. Like, I never wanted Alec Boehm to be 5'11" more than in that moment, as opposed to his 6'3" frame, whatever it is. He slides to the second base. Miggy Rojas makes the jumping leap to make sure the ball doesn't go into center field. Tags Alec Boehm on the top of the head, jarring his helmet, which I guess is how the umpire knew that the tag was definitely there. And he gets called out. Like maybe 5 minutes later, in real time, Rojas steps to the plate and puts the Marlins up 1-0 on a home run, barely fair. Hits off the foul pole, in the netting of the foul pole. Marlins go up 1-0. Phillies have some opportunities to score. They can't do it until that 9th inning when Garrett Stubbs stepped to the plate. It was electric. And like I mentioned before, we have talked about how you don't know who the hero is going to be in any given ball game. We've talked about Matt Vierling's home run off Hader in Milwaukee. Then Alec Boehm steps up, hits a home run. We've talked about Bryson Stott walking it off. We've talked about all these guys stepping up for the Phillies. Now Garrett Stubbs puts his name on that list. And I love what Rob Thompson had to say about him after the game. He's a ball player. That's what ball players do.